following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
Good morning, Vietnam!
It's time to BS.
Welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Staniel Smooth Show. I'm your host, the great and powerful Staniel Smooth, and I'm coming to you from the beaches of lovely Long Island, New York, on December 29th, 2024, and rather moist Long Island, New York, if I do say so myself. I wanted to do this for a number of reasons. Well, because it's been a rather hectic holiday season, to put it kindly. It's been wild. So I don't know, it's just people. Megan got sick. She's been sick for 2 weeks. She also got bit by a dog. She's fine. But overall, it's been a nice holidays. It's been a nice holiday season. New Year's Eve is in a couple days, but overall it's been great. Nice and relaxing as it should be. And I don't know, I've been in my head a little bit, but for different reasons why. So it's funny, 5 years ago, in a couple weeks it's been 5 years since I was hospitalized for a couple days, just like quick little checkup or something like that, and for mental health reasons and stuff like that. But every now and then I reflect on it and I look at how the journey's been and how far I've come and stuff like that. And every now and then I go deep down the rabbit hole that is my brain. I just think about these things, I just think about, oh, geez, what could have been and stuff like that. But, you can't really do that. And so 5 years ago, I was in a really rough spot in my head. And with a lot of medication, good fucking God. A lot of medication. And a lot of therapy. A lot of just self-reflection, and I still do that every now and then. I like to self-reflect, and I like to just think about certain things here and there. Just go like, oh, what could have been, and stuff like that. I don't think I'm a very depressed person anymore right now. I mean, we all get depressed. There is such a thing as, hey, clinically depressed, or whatever the fuck, it's a lot of shit that goes on in our heads that we have no control of. And I understand that. But you can't not take care of yourself and not take care of your head. Take care of yourself, guys. Come on. There's nothing wrong with that. There seems to be across the board this resentment of people that don't like to take care of themselves. And it's a dangerous thing. It's a dangerous thing to not be able to take care of yourself, because then you start to, drift off into la la land, literally. But I reflect on where I was 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I was really overweight. I was physically not doing so good. I think I was 340 at that time. I was really heavy. And you look at some old pictures of me on like Instagram and stuff like that, and you can see that my face is pudgy. My arms and shoulders are pudgy. Now I'm just like, okay. muscle here and there in certain places and stuff like that. Oh yeah, new tattoo and stuff. That's good. But every now and then I go and reflect, and sometimes I go too deep. Sometimes I go way too deep. It's a problem. But we all have problems in the end. We all have problems. We all have things we can work on. We all have things we can discuss about certain things that just get in our heads. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with reflecting on our lives as a whole. But, nothing wrong with that at all. So, hockey's been interesting. Yeah. Hockey's been interesting. I'm very fascinated to know what Rangers Twitter's thinking right now. Rangers Twitter's probably just losing their ever-loving fucking mind right now. Because the Rangers lost again in Tampa again. 6-2 against the Lightning. At this point, I'm really starting to feel bad because, you know, Brand over at 1420 Sports says like, oh, the Rangers are just a bad team. I don't think, I know, right? They're not a bad team as much as they have. Someone commented on one of the YouTube clips of the podcast and said, I think this is a plot to get Chris Drury fired. And the more I think about it, the more I go, you know what? It's not a bad assumption. I like talking sports around here. I do like talking sports. It gets my brain happy, you know? I don't like talking about bad shit. I don't. I'm just a chill guy, you know? Just a chill guy. That's it. But also around the league, Alex Ovechkin's expected to return 5 weeks after a broken fucking leg. That dude is not human. The Winnipeg Jets beat Ottawa. Carolina's been doing better. As we are recording, as we're currently standing, the New Jersey Devils lead the Eastern Conference as a whole with 51 points. Shout out Ryan McCarthy. The Capitals are right behind them with 50, and then somewhere in there, there's Toronto and Florida tied at 46th and third place in the Eastern Conference and top of the Atlantic Division. So, it's December. Well, it's January, let's put it kindly. It's January, and Islander fans are already losing their ever-loving fucking mind. I'll get to you guys later. Also, around the NFL, the Rams all effectively have the NFC West locked up. All I gotta do is just beat Seattle next week, and then, you know, Hawks are out, and then they effectively clinch the NFC West because the Rams beat Arizona. So that's nothing new there. And for also around the league, the Chargers got in the playoffs. Yay! Well, with their new head coach, Jim Harbaugh. 10 wins, second in the AFC West. Good for them. And Denver can clinch probably next week. Denver can probably, it's winning they're in. The Broncos are pretty much winning they're in. And that would effectively lock up the AFC playoffs. You know, then that's the NFC North to decide. Well, the AFC North division to decide. And then the NFC's weird. Because for all intents and purposes, all but the West and the South are all locked up. Atlanta's probably going to win the South unless, you know, for some godforsaken reason, Tampa just decides to go scorched earth. Tampa has to beat New Orleans next week, and then the Falcons need to beat Washington. Tampa has to take care of business against Carolina today in order for them to remotely have a chance. I think it'd be more interesting to see if Tampa gets in, because the Bucks are pretty good. And the West already covered that. I do want to talk about something that we touched on Seahawks sessions a couple days ago. Could San Francisco blow it up? In quotes. Rumor has it that the Jets are looking to make a trade of Niners head coach Kyle Shanahan. I don't think that's a good idea. That's just me. But, whatever. But I will say it. I've said it before. I will say it again. The Jets are not going to do shit, until Woody Johnson is effectively done with being Jets owner. The Johnson family as a whole need to get the living fuck out of there. Old Spice. And where is it? I don't think Shanahan solves that problem because to give the 49ers a lot of credit, I mean, John Lynch is a good GM. Shanahan's a good coach and stuff like that, but I don't think this would solve the problem for the Jets. Unless you can somehow pry away all that talent from San Francisco. Well, we'll see about that. But San Fran's in a bit of a pickle. They're in a bit of a pickle. Because they're going to have to pay Fred Warner. They're going to have to pay Deebo Samuel. And they're especially going to have to pay Brock Purdy, their quarterback. Purdy's going to get $60 million. You're telling me Brock Purdy isn't going to get $62 million a year from the 49ers? You have your damn mind. Because the way quarterback contracts go, and they are hilariously bad. Yeah, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get $60+ million a year for Brock Purdy. Because that's what he's going to get. Yeah, no good. And I don't know. I really the cynical Hawks fan in me wants the Niners to blow it up because it's hilarious to see the turmoil that the fan base is going through over in Santa Clara. Because you missed the playoffs. The Niners missed the playoffs, but that doesn't mean you should blow it up. They're still a good team. Granted, Christian McCaffrey might not be the same player as he was last year, but we'll see. We shall see. I've been kind of taking a mini, cleanse in this case from social media and stuff like that because I found a way how to get Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Snapchat's going to probably stay on my phone, but I finally figured out how to get all social media in this case on my computer. This is nice. It's nice to figure this crap out because I'm not the biggest computer junkie, so fuck you guys. But every time I go on Twitter, I find myself going down a cesspool of stupid. Might be my fault because, get off social media. I was like, yeah, I could, but, it's part of my, job, in quotes. Because I got to know this stuff. I got to know what's going on throughout sports. I got to know what's going on throughout the NFL, the NBA, National Hockey League, blah, 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 baseball, stuff. Just stuff. And I noticed, music fans and stuff like that are the worst people to deal with. Oh, good God, the worst people to deal with. There's an Instagram account that, what was it? 90s Kid for Life. Great Instagram follow, by the way. One comment goes, of course you're an old head, post something like this, hating on modern day music. When in actuality, music is at its all-time high due to more diversity, especially the rap genre you old heads like to hate. Modern day rap is so much better than old school rap in terms of their own subgenres with the rap. Oh, shit. Within the rap genre itself. Trap rap, lyrical rap, song rap, emo rap, blah, 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 and ever mumble rap. Which is still good music. Respect the old, cause without we wouldn't have the new, but don't disrespect the new in the process. The comments are fucking glorious. This man needs a Snickers. That's just an opinion, as I commented. Just because you have an opinion doesn't make you right. Okay? What have we learned? Now, granted, I am not the simple perfection. I, in general, think perfection is flawed. I am that kind of person that says, as followed, God even himself is not perfect. You know why? He made your ass. He made your ass. So, jeez. Sensitive little microphone. Dude, who cares? Who cares? You have an opinion. Big fucking whoop. You know, you're toxic as shit if you just want to hate on people for their opinions. I blame Twitter and the sensitivity of a lot of people for how opinions essentially have gone off the deep end and say, hey, just because you have an opinion makes you right. That's not how it goes. But, you know, we could also blame the Karens and the soccer moms and the HOA fathers and stuff like that. But whatever. What else? I have some gripe with my hockey team. Because about a week or so ago, maybe a few days, something like that, the New York Islanders were playing the Buffalo Sabres, who were, at that point, losers of 13 in a row. It was on the 23rd, Monday, December 23rd. This was coming off 2 days prior, a 6-3 win in Toronto over the Maple Leafs. The Islanders proceed to lose 7-1 at home against the Sabres. And since that game, Isles Twitter has gone into complete fucking frenzy. Now, they did destroy Pittsburgh yesterday as we're recording, 6-3, courtesy of 2-goal day by Casey Cizikas and stuff like that. But I have a question for you. If the Islander fan base is so intent on firing Lou Lamoriello, and you want to get rid of Lou, I don't think that firing Lou is going to solve all the problems. Because you still got to hire a new GM. You might need a new coach. Maybe. I don't know. Depends. But what in this case gives a lot of hope for Islander fans is that none of us know what John Ledecky, the owner, is like behind closed doors. None of us have any idea. So if Ledecky's losing his fucking mind, as he probably should, then you could expect a GM change in the offseason. Probably, depending on how it goes. But, again, as we are currently recording on December 29th, 2024, the Islanders are currently 7th in the Metropolitan Division, but 2 points separates them from 4th, being held by Pittsburgh currently. So if they win today in Pittsburgh, in regulation, they overtake the Penguins for 4th place in the Metropolitan Division. That is fucking weird. You want to know how overreaction Monday... Hockey fans, particularly here, love to overreact. Because Isles fans are losing your fucking mind over this team. Granted, you probably should. Because, you know, Lou did fire Trotz. Lou made Lane Lambert the coach. Lou signed all those contracts. And it's interesting because we like to have this discussion about who do you blame? Like, who gets the biggest slice of blame pie in this regard? About, hey, the Islanders are struggling. They should be better. There's a blah, blah, blah. They have all these players under these long-term contracts and stuff like that. But it means that they might have signed the right players, or they could have signed the wrong players. Also, the disaster of a year-and-a-half tenure of Lane Lambert also amplifies this discussion. Who do you blame? Who do you blame if you're the Islanders? Is it Ledecky? Is it Lou Lamoriello? Let's leave Ledecky out of this. Is it Lou Lamoriello to blame? Is it the coach? Is it the players? I think you can make a very good argument that it's mostly Lou's fault. Now, reports have also come out from Stefan Rosner of NHL.com, friend of the show, has said that there is a possibility that trades could be incoming in an attempt to acquire draft picks or assets or something like that. Certain players, blah, 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 in an attempt to have a fire sale. That is what is the rumor going around. But, to me, Lou's to blame here. And because he had a hand in picking and signing these players that, granted, he didn't pick, but most of them he didn't pick, to sign these players to these long-term contracts. Anders Lee. Did you know that Anders Lee was scheduled to get $9 million a year from the Colorado Avalanche before he signed with New York? Yeah, that was real. Okay? Now, there's also some moves you can make that say, hey, this didn't make any sense. The Jordan Eberle, letting Eberle walk to Seattle for Josh Bailey. I think a good chunk of us would like to agree and say that was a terrible idea. But again, it's still December. We're 3 months into the season. Relax, people. But if New York continues to fall apart, if the Islanders continue to fall apart, then yes, you can make a very good argument and say a change of GM needs to happen. But again, I don't make these decisions. I'm just a fan. That's it. I don't play sports games anymore. I don't. Because it drives me nuts. Yeah, I refuse to play Madden or NHL on EA Sports or whatever the fuck. I refuse to play it because it just drives me nuts. Because in the end, who am I? Nobody. The New York Jets are currently playing in Buffalo right now as we're streaming and recording and stuff. And the possibility of Aaron Rodgers coming back for 2025 and potentially beyond is looking more slim and more slim. Now, if you're a Jets fan, cover your fucking ears. Or excuse me, if you're an Aaron Rodgers fan who loves the Jets, cover your fucking ears. I don't think Rodgers should return to this team. That's just me. Because it wouldn't make a lot of sense to have a Tom Brady, but Tom Brady was 45 fucking years old. Tom Brady was 44 years old when he won a Super Bowl with the Buccaneers. Okay, that's a different example. Aaron Rodgers ain't Tom Brady. Clearly. He's Aaron Rodgers. The quarterback class, thankfully for the 25 draft, is not crazy deep, but there's some mid-level starters here. Kyle McCord over in Syracuse, perfect example. Quinn Ewers, probably, depending on who the fuck you ask. Drew Allar was one of the top prospects, but he's returned to Penn State for his senior season. Yay. We like that. There's a couple other guys that are potential mid-round picks that are they're okay-ish starters. Like, you can find a starting quarterback in the mid-rounds of the NFL draft. Don't believe me? Russell Wilson, third round pick. It's possible. Brock Purdy was a 7th round pick, Mr. Relevant, blah, 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 blah. Kirk Cousins was a 4th round pick. It's very possible to find starters in like the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th round, 7th rounds, 2nd round even. Doesn't have to be a top 10 pick. But I don't know. That's just. I don't think it'd be the smartest thing in the world for Rodgers to be the Jets quarterback for 25, especially if you got new GM, new coach, new management, blah blah blah, and Woody's still making decisions. Good God, I'm sorry, Jets fans, but I don't know what else you should do here. It's one of those things where you should go and panic, or you've been panicking. I know, but good God. So, final thoughts for the program. Yes, it is the end of the holiday season, effectively, and there are certain individuals who may listen to this show and are wondering like, hey, what's the point of celebrating the holiday season if it's just not the same as it was when you were 12? And I get that. I understand. I feel you. But we got at the end of the day, remember to enjoy the things that, even though you may think they stink, or you may think they suck, or whatever the fuck, or may think they're terrible, try your very best to just enjoy it, because you may never know when it'll be the last time. Whether it's yourself or with family or friends or loved ones or whatever, you never know when it might be the last time. Things can change in seconds. I don't even know what's going to happen the next 10 minutes. In my life, I don't even know what's going to fucking happen. But, how do you know what's going to happen if you don't go ahead and just find out? But whatever it is, hope you go, just go enjoy life, man, because you weren't put on this planet to just say, fuck it, and give up. That's just me. Ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it for this edition of the Staniel Smooth Show. Be sure to like, follow, subscribe for more content. And I'm coming to you from the beaches of lovely Long Island, New York. And I will see you in this life, and most certainly the next one. Cheers, guys. Have yourself a good one.